So there are many techniques out there that that people use to get to know their bird, or to build trust, or even to get them to stand up on your hand or your arm, or even to pet them. But for me, I like to start with something that's very familiar with the bird, which is food. And you can see Rudy is doing a good demonstration with a walnut. And in the video that you're gonna see in a little bit, you're gonna see me attempting to get to know 5 to 6 birds of cockatoos, and they are not familiar with me, but they are super curious. So I use something that was very familiar to them. And so what I like to do is always start with food. I start with something familiar. Then then I use something like a bunch of variety of nuts. And then I go with colorful foods, or sometimes I even try with a toy. And in the video, you observed them trying, and I was able to pick one up with a nut and got the bird to step up. And I hope that video is a good kind of like way to get you to think of creative ways to, with your bird, to build that, that connection. So enjoy the video.
You can have that one. You can have that one. Look, I have a lot of them. No, you're afraid now? There you go. You can have a small one. There you go.
So you just saw one of the video clips of one of the ways I try to get to know birds that aren't friendly to me, and usually birds that are also not necessarily want to touch or step up on your arm or your finger. So what I did was I just kind of used something familiar, what the owners are using. So they like to use a peanut. So you can see I was playing a game with them. Eventually some of them crawled up on my arm. Didn't bite me, but was curious to get to know, to see me. The video was to help many of you who have suggested or asked me, like, how come I've had my bird for 1 year or 10 years or even 5 years, and I still can't get that bird to come to me. And so here you can see some of my diet here that I use. They like to sometimes, they're curious about many different varieties, and if you have a bird that you adopted and they're not used to seeing so many different varieties of food, and their owners have just fed them one thing over and over for years and years on end. You can see here in my food prep that I have shared before, I have sweet potatoes, broccoli, some green leaf vegetables, chickpeas or garbanzo beans, I have blueberries, and also lentils. And if your bird isn't necessarily into vegetables, but they see this colorful palette, they might be curious to come and check it out. And all you do is very simply, don't try to force the bird to step up on you or try to pet it. Just kind of let it come and explore. And the fact that they came close to me, like those cockatoos, that is a huge, huge benefit, a huge positive. And if they came here and they just wanted to pick at something and walk away, that's even better. And the other end of the spectrum unlike the vegetables is nuts. And you can see here I have walnuts, I have almonds, I have pine nuts, I have pumpkin seeds. And if you have small birds, you can add millet, you can add safflower seeds, whatever it may be. And you sort of just entice the bird. And sometimes when they see a lot of food like this, they get more excited than just simply holding one nut or one sweet potato like this. So these are just one of the strategies I use, and I'm sure I will make more videos. And if you have any other questions, drop me a comment, and I will try to look through the comments or private messages, and I'll try and make a video to follow up. Okay, enjoy the video. Thanks.